Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, my name is Alex, and in today's video I wanted to try something a little different for my channel. It's currently Sunday. Sundays are my self-care days, so usually I'll do something a little bit special for myself on Sundays, whether that be a mask, painting my nails, or today I'm going to be taking care of my brows. So they are pretty grown out at the moment. Maybe you guys can tell on camera, hopefully you can. But yeah, I'm just going to be waxing my brows at home, and I'm also going to show you how I tint them. I do want to throw out there that I am not a professional. I'm not an esthetician or skincare expert for that matter, but I just want to show you guys what I do because I do get a lot of questions on Instagram when I post about like my self-care Sunday and it's brow day. So yeah, if you guys are interested, definitely keep watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe before you go, and let's get into it. Okay guys, so I zoomed you in pretty close. Oh hell no. Che mosca hijo de puta. Oh my god, the biggest freaking flies in here. Okay. This video is off to a rough start for me, you guys. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. All right, by the way, just really quickly, I wanted to mention my whole family is home. We are currently on a shelter-in-place order in my area, so everyone's here. So if you hear background noise, I'm sorry, you guys. Everyone's just home, so it's a little bit noisier than normal. This is the current situation. My brows are pretty grown out. I think it's been like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe 3 weeks since I last waxed them. Typically, I do have more like peach fuzz in this area. So I think the growth is slowing a little bit just because I've been waxing myself. So again, you guys, be really careful if you decide to do this at home. I would recommend seeing a professional, but personally, I'm just someone who likes to do things myself. So this has been really enjoyable and successful for me so far. But anyway, I always start with brushing my brows up, and then I can kind of see like the shape of my brow, because typically I do put them up with brow gel when I do my brows with makeup. So this gives me an idea of like the shape. Again, I don't know if these are the proper steps, but what I like to do is push them up, and then I'm just going to take some little brow lash scissors that I have here, and I'm going to, with my little scissors here, I'm just going to trim the hair to be to the height that I want it. And I do this because my hair here tends to stand straight up, so when I go in with the wax, some of them get pulled out if I don't trim them first. So again, that's why I do this. If you're an esthetician and you have tips for me or any corrections, please leave them below. I think the people would really like to see that, so definitely please do that. And again, I'm just gonna go in right here, give my brows a quick little trim. The next thing I do typically is I will brush my brows down like this so I could see the shape up top, and I will just go in very carefully and just trim these ones that are too long, because my brows don't go in one specific direction all the time. So sometimes they do go down right there, and then I just have like the one brow out of place. All right, so that's what we've got so far. Now I'm gonna start waxing. And my wax warmer is from Amazon, so I'll go ahead and link that down below, and it came with the wax. It's also a hard wax system. I'm just gonna take a little popsicle stick. If you guys could only see my wax pot, it's like so, it looks like there's spider webs all over it because there's so much wax everywhere. I'm kind of messy with this process, so it just gets everywhere. All right guys, and I'm just kind of applying in the direction of my hair growth. Oof, I don't know if my wax is hot enough. I'm actually gonna turn it up a little bit. So did you see how it got dry really fast? This is hard wax. So I'm just gonna lay that down. I'm just kind of following my brow line, and I am careful not to get too close because I don't want to mess up my brows, so there we go. Again, make sure your brow hairs are pushed down for this, or at least that's what I do. You guys, if you do decide to do this at home, please be really careful because you can really hurt yourself if you know, make the wax too hot or you pull off too soon or anything like that. So I'm just adding a little extra glob right here to thicken up the tail, because when the wax gets hard, you want to pull against the grain. I feel like because I use hard wax, all these little strings are everywhere. I like to just barely pull my skin taut, grab the end and pull up. And it's kind of satisfying. I don't think you guys are gonna be able to see, but there's a ton of little tiny hairs on here. Okay guys, so this is what the top is looking like. It's pretty clean. I'm just gonna go back in and tweeze afterwards. And now I'm just brushing up. For the bottom, this part for me is a little bit trickier because again, I'm doing this on myself, so just gonna try to get as close as I can without touching the actual shape of my brow. And you want the bottom part, so you want to go in the direction of hair growth, and you want the end part where you're going to pull from to be the thickest point. There we go, really satisfying. This part is always so tricky for me. Alright guys, so I'm just going in with some small tweezers, and I do have a magnifying mirror right below the camera, so I'm just going to clean it up as best as possible. Okay, so that's one side, and now I'm going to do the center. And when I do the center, what I like to do is just kind of imagine like going straight up from the very side of my nose so that you don't take it out too far. My hairs grow straight up in this area. So again, I'm just going in the direction of hair growth. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull down. And there we go. So this is one side, and here's the other. All right, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other side. All right, so once I'm done with waxing and then just kind of cleaning up with tweezing, this is what I'm left with, and I'm pretty red and irritated, but my skin is always like that every time I wax. And now what I'm gonna do is actually just take a little bit of this Thayer's facial toner. This one is the Witch Hazel Aloe Vera formula, and it's alcohol free, so I think that that's why this really works for me. But what I like to do is just soak a cotton pad, and then I will just kind of go over the brows to get rid of any little hairs that might still be there, or any like little wax that might be left over. So I just like to kind of clean up, and this doesn't hurt. It's actually, I feel like this is super gentle and actually kind of soothing to my skin. So just do this. Don't rub too hard, you guys. It's not good for your skin. So just really gently run that over. So I'm pretty happy with how my brows look at this point. I feel like they look pretty even, or as even as I'm gonna get them at this point. So I'm gonna zoom you guys out and then we'll go into the tinting process. All right guys, so we're gonna get into the tinting portion, and for this I actually bought the Just for Men it's like a beard and mustache dyeing system. I don't have the box anymore because I've been using this for a little while, but these are the little tubes, and it comes with a developer and then the color base and a little brush. The brush I don't think is really good for this purpose, but this works really well. So all I'm gonna do is mix equal parts of the developer and then also equal parts of the color gel, so that I can activate the dye, I guess. I don't really know the technicality of this, but I just know that those are the steps you need to take in order to do this. So probably gonna do about that much, not very much at all. And you can mix this with the brush, or I'm just gonna use a Q-tip. You wanna mix it really, really well. I'm probably gonna need a little bit more. So again, I'm just gonna add in another little dollop. How are you guys doing in this quarantine. I hope you guys are all doing well, staying healthy and safe inside. Don't forget to take care of yourselves, you guys. If you're able to stay home and you have a little extra time to yourself, don't forget to do some sort of like self-care thing just to boost your mood. Okay, so I think the color gel is pretty ready. Typically what I would do is just take a Q-tip with a little bit of Vaseline and go around the outside of the brow, like kind of like outline them with the Vaseline. And what that does is it makes it so that the dye, because this is kind of like, it's almost like, think of it like hair dye. You know, when you get it on your skin, it stains. So same thing. So the idea with the Vaseline is that it won't actually adhere to the skin. But I can't actually find my Vaseline right now. So instead, I'm gonna apply the tint and then I'm gonna go in with my micellar water and just kind of clean it up with a Q-tip. So I'm taking an old makeup brush, brow brush with a spoolie on the end, and I'm just going to get my mirror ready. I'm just going to start in this area because I feel like this is the lightest area of my brow and I like it to get the darkest. So I'm just gonna apply that there. And I'm being pretty generous with the amount that I'm applying. And again, just be careful. Just apply this like if you were doing your brows, like just over your brow hair. And just kind of shape your brows. Okay, when I get to the tail, I just use really light strokes and just drag the product down. Something like that. So I know this looks yellow right now, but it's turning brown as I'm applying it. So I'm just kind of concentrating on my sparse areas and then working out from there. And just being really careful to coat all of the brow. This front area for me, it was a little bit tricky at first. What I like to do is with whatever I've got on the brush, I just kind of work it up. I start at the bottom and I just kind of brush the brow hair up. So I start in this area here and I just kind of work my way forward so that I get the least amount of product in this area. Alright, this is what we're working with right now. And before I move on to the other brow, I'm just gonna go in with my micellar water and then I'm just gonna clean them up a little bit. The first time that I did this, I didn't really realize that it was gonna stain my skin, so I didn't even care to go in and like do the Vaseline or the micellar water or anything, and it wasn't that bad. Like it did stain a little bit, but it wasn't that big of a deal because it does fade pretty quickly since you wash your face almost every day. All right, that's what it's looking like for now. So it looks kind of crazy. It's not gonna look like this once we wipe it all off. You guys will see. But I'm gonna move on to the other brow. I'm gonna zoom you guys in for this one just so you could see a little bit better what I'm doing here. And hopefully I can stay in frame. So I have a little bit of sparseness right here and I always try to put a little bit of tint on there just because I like the way it looks. Personally, I feel like it evens out my brows a little bit because one is a little bit more bald than the other one. Love this process, you guys. Like honestly, if I could tint my brows like every week, I probably would. I'm a little bit afraid of that just because this is a chemical product. Like I don't know what would happen or if that would like weaken my brow hairs at all. So I don't do that. I tend to do this like once, maybe twice a month. But I love it. This is like so relaxing to me. I love the way that this actually feels. It feels kind of weird. It's very slippery. If you have sensitive skin, I would probably hold off on doing this a few days, at least 24 hours before after you've waxed, just so you give your skin a little bit of a break. All right, guys. So this part is pretty quick and easy. As you can see, it was like kind of like this weird yellow color and now it's kind of starting to turn like this dark brown and My brows look insane. I'm just gonna keep trying to even them out as best as I can. And again, I'm gonna go in and clean them up. Trusty micellar water. I love this one, by the way, you guys. This one's the Garnier Micellar Water All-in-One Waterproof Makeup Remover. And this works so well. Especially with waterproof mascara, it works really, really good. So I'm starting a timer. Oh my god, my brows look freaking insane. They look so crazy on camera, I promise. They're not gonna stay like this. So I'm gonna start a timer right now for 5 minutes, and once that's up, I'm gonna wash my face, take off all this dye, and I'll be right back to show you the end result. So guys, hopefully you can tell the difference, but here is the end result, and I love this process. I haven't even combed up my brows. I just rinsed the product off, washed my face, and I just applied a really light moisturizer. Nothing too crazy. If you have a little aloe vera gel, I'd probably apply that just around the brows as well, just to kind of rehydrate and soothe the skin. I stay irritated for like at least a day every time I get my brows done at all. So yeah, this is what my brows look like. I'm obsessed. I love them. I love this process. As I was saying, if I could tint my brows all the time, like I totally would, but this is what they look like and I love it. So hopefully, if you're an esthetician, hopefully you didn't cringe too hard. Let me know if there's anything that I can do to improve this process in the comment section. If you were just curious about what my brow routine looked like as far as like actually maintaining my brows, this is it. So hopefully that helped. Really quickly before I go, I'm gonna fill in, there's like a tiny little sparse area. And I'm just going to quickly fill that in with this Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in number 4. This is like my favorite brow product. I always come back to this one because it's so easy and it matches my brow hair really well. So do you guys see how I literally just hardly even have to do any work to fill in my brows now? Like, this is amazing. Look how quick that was. And this on me, I do wash my face twice daily. I don't wear makeup all the time, so I don't have to use like any harsh makeup removers or anything like that. I just don't really have time for it. So typically for me, I'm pretty makeup free. And this tends to last like maybe a week and a half on me, so that's pretty good considering I do have like a pretty intensive skincare routine. So yeah, look at that. Awesome brows. And this is the difference, filled in versus not. Maybe I'll just add a little brow gel so you guys can see them in full effect. This is also from Benefit. Benefit just slayed it with the brow products. This is the 24-hour brow setter. There we go. This is the before and the after, filling in my brows. And you guys saw that it took me literally 2 minutes. Here they are, guys, hardly filled in. And I think they look great. They do look a little full right now. They do tend to fade a little bit each day, obviously, because it is just a tint. So it's only temporary, guys. It goes away. Again, on me, this lasts about a week and a half, but each day it's a little bit less, a little bit less. And it still looks great even throughout the fading process. So yeah, I would recommend giving the brow tinting a try. As far as waxing your brows, I just wanted to show you guys what I do, but I can't really recommend that you guys try that at home. If you can wait for a professional, definitely do. Unless you are someone who likes to do everything yourself, then have at it, girl, but just use caution, be very careful. So I'm just gonna leave my brows like this. I don't want to apply anything around them. Obviously my brows are very irritated still. Oops, sorry if you see the reflection of my mirror, let me move it. So yeah, guys, my brows are obviously still really irritated, but this is what they look like. All done, and I'm obsessed. I love them. That was super easy, and it's such a satisfying process. Obviously, it's really relaxing too to get your brows done. So anyway, guys, this is the final result, and I'm obsessed. I love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Definitely let me know in the comment section down below. If you have any questions or if you have any suggestions on how I can improve this process, please let me know. Don't judge me too harshly, you guys. As I said a million times, I'm not a professional. I just do this on myself because I enjoy the process. And yeah, this is how I take care of myself on a Sunday. I hope you guys are all doing well. Please be safe, stay inside during this crazy time in our world. It will all come to pass very quickly, quicker than we know. And yeah, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Hija de tu madre. Oh. Where did it go?